Hello everyone and welcome to episode 7 of my Minecraft Let's Play series. In the previous episode, as you may well have seen, we fought and killed the Ender Dragon. And now we are here victorious, standing right above the End Portal. And of course, we're going to head back in, because we have some unfinished business to deal with, namely in the name of the wings, and the end cities, and getting shulker boxes, and all of that good jazz, because everyone knows that in a true Minecraft world, you need those things. So I'm not even going to waste any time. I think I have all the materials I'm ever going to need to go, and I'm just going to hop straight into it. Right, so in the last episode, if you saw, of course we beat the Ender Dragon. We also have our books, so if I enter my Ender chest here, you'll see that we have Mending, we have Unbreaking 3, and we have some rockets. So getting out of the end shouldn't be that tricky to do. And the only problem here now is finding an end city. I've got to locate the gateway and we should go and see where the cities are at. Platform's now built, I'm ready to head in, so I think I'll take this ender pearl and let's just go for it. Right, okay, so we spawned on the main island. I can't see anything in the distance. I think I'll turn my render distance up so I can see a bit further, but this part of it I'm probably going to do off camera because if anyone's ever actually been to the end, this part is very dull, at least for the terms of what you're actually going on. It's very exciting because you watch to get us tense up and be constantly worried about taking our finger off onto the space key and ruining our series. So I'm going to be very careful from this point. I'm going to try and avoid all eye contact with Enderman and hopefully find one of those sweet end cities. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Well, that was quick there. I found one. That's not even 1,000 blocks away from my first end gateway location, so that's pretty nifty find. I think, of course, as with everything, I'm going to go for the ship first because that's the first thing I want to get out of the way. Just getting the ship, get the Elytra, and then the rest of this fortress is pretty easy to take on. So, going into this, I'm going to try and get as many shulkers as I can. I really need them for shulker boxes, and after this I'm probably going to keep heading further out to see if I can catch any more end cities, since I have the means to go further, obviously, so it's easier for me to do that. So I think I'm just going to get more stone. We're going to head out across here and we're going to see how this goes, because this could go amazingly easy, and I could get everything I need in one trip and not have to worry about anything, or the other way. And anyone who's played this game and done this before might know that the other way is very easy to happen. In my first world I actually had, where I managed to get to this part in the game, I did actually make it to an end city, but the ship was like cut in half, and it was the back half of the ship that existed. So the front half with the Elytra in it, I never got. So this feels like righteous justification to finally get my hands on my very own Elytra. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's go take this on. Land ahoy! There was actually a second gap I had to bridge after the bigger first gap, so that was kind of stupid. But if I align myself just about right, that is directly underneath the portal, and I'm going to build a two-high... I'll just go one block. I'm going to build all the way up, and if need be, I do have my slow falling potion on hand, but I should be okay. Aha! There we are. We're in. First things first, deal with this guy. Alright, got him. I'm gonna sneak in here. Okay, here we are. He didn't drop any either. Dang. Okay. Got some iron, some gold. Oh, that's a pretty good chest plate. Some iron armor. More gold. That's a really good pickaxe, if only it wasn't iron. And our prize. Our wings. Would you look at that? Finally, I got them. Wings in Minecraft. I can go anywhere. This unlocks so much of the game. So I'm really happy for this. But of course, that's not the only thing, because now we get to do the fortress. So Yeah, I'm going to put my chest plate back on for safety's sake. I probably need to get some protection on this armor as well. And we're going to go kill some of these guys. Owie. Okay. If you don't mind, I'll do most of this off camera, but I'm going to do some looting. I think I deserve it. City's now cleared. I got myself a good few shulker shells. I've got 17 in my ender chest. Thought I'd keep them there just so they're safe in case I die or anything, which hasn't happened yet, but I think might be worth going soon-ish. And before I go, I almost forgot to take the most prized possession that the end cities have, the dragon head. This is an item that is imperative that you get, so I'm going to get one for myself. Here we are. Isn't that just brilliant? Even like movement. But I'm going to be very careful because I do not want to. Anyway, now that I've done that, I'm probably going to go fly a bit over that way, see if I find another end city. And then after that, I believe I'll probably just go home. I can fly pretty much straight that way backwards. It's not much of a deviation, fortunately. I got sort of a pretty straightforward path to the city, so you know, all goods in the world. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys back at the stronghold. Back in the stronghold, I went to another fortress. I got myself a spare Elytra, which is currently in here somewhere. Also got some pretty good gear, and I've also made some shulker boxes, and I've got 24 shulkers left over, so I can make about another, I believe I had another 17 or 5 there, so I've got 12 more I can make. So with that done, that's pretty much my time for now in the end over. But that's not the end of the episode. I want to go and start working on what my base will be. I'm not going to start around my spawn area because if we go over there, I can explain why. Now, I'll be honest, the spawn area I arrived in and my little area up in the hills here isn't that bad. It's a pretty nice location, I think it's pretty cute, and there's a lot I can definitely do here, and there's probably things that I will very likely do in order to finalize it, because I think at least having this little sort of outpost or village up here, having that all complete and here and good, looking good, will just look really nice for the world. But I don't really want to settle here long term, and I hope there's a couple reasons I want to point out for that. The first thing is the fact that while there's a really nice valley here, there's not a lot of building space, and I really quite like it as its natural aesthetic gives it. And going over this natural aesthetic would be pretty rude, and I think there's a lot I could do here, but I don't really want to touch it because I like the way it looks and it nestles in the mountains. I think that's really cool, and I'll keep it that way. So for the actual location of my base, that'll be a bit further afield, but the sun's setting, so I'll go to bed before I go show you guys that. Right, it's the next day, and I've spent a little time off camera just doing some things, cleaning up the base. You know, I'm leaving soon. I'm gonna sort of miss this place as my main base. I think it's really cool. There's some things I'll definitely be taking down and bring with me, such as this, because I really need the iron. If we go outside, I'll show you the first thing I did, and that is I finished off the rocks. Finally added in all the pathways leading to the barn and up to the bee farm, just that it feels that there's a little more substance here rather than just random buildings without any purpose. And you know, that path kind of just led nowhere, so I think having these here now just ties that whole area and the aesthetic I have here together. Farm's still producing, and I think I'll leave these here because I have some new bees that I can use in my new base. I've also done some cleaning up as well, and I've also connected the portal to the place we'll be going. So how about we go take a look over there right now? Getting to the new base is a short trip through hell, so I'll try to make it as quick as possible. It's just pretty straightforward now that I can fly. I can just use one rocket, fly all the way across here, and up over this lava flow, down here, around here, and then this lovely cobblestone box is the way to my new base. So in a second, you'll see what the new area is like. So I know this is completely unrelated to my base. My base is actually several thousand blocks over there. I just started flying south because I thought, you know, I still haven't found a desert in my world yet. I just found a treasure map, that's why I've got that out. But look at this, I'm going to fly out, and I just want you to take this all in. This is a massive coral reef. I haven't played much of the game where I've gotten to the point where I find coral reefs, but this is just breathtaking. It's so big. It's absolutely ridiculously mind-bogglingly huge. I've never seen something in Minecraft. Like, I know the forests are massive, you know, in the game they span thousands of blocks, but this is just completely different to that. It's just so ridiculously vast, and it goes so far. I'm absolutely amazed. Of course I've taken the coordinates. You can see them in the video. And I'll definitely be coming back here. In fact, I've even taken some of the stuff from it, or a little of the corals, to see if I can decorate some of the oceans in the place we're going to. But yeah, that's just amazing. So anyway, enough talking about the coral reefs. Time to head over to my base, which is not in the Badlands, not here. This is definitely going to get completely destroyed when I start building big projects eventually. I don't know if I'll build anything with terracotta, but if I do, this probably will be the last time you see that intact. There's also a pillager outpost here. Oh yeah, mine shaft, I might want to take that. I'll take the coordinates of the pillager place, because I might want to make a farm out of that when I start making raid farms and so on. But yeah. Now I've just got to begin the pretty long trek back, which is over some pretty fantastic terrain. I mean, look at this mountain. Like, this isn't even the biggest one. This one is only 200 blocks tall. There's another one just behind it, which is actually rendering in, that actually has a block that reaches the height limit. You know, I know there's a lot of stuff in the Caves and Cliffs update that is pretty uninteresting. You could say boring, you could say bad about the game, but some of the new terrain stuff, especially adding on to the other terrain stuff we've had, it's just beautiful. So yeah, I think this game should at least be given a second chance for the amount of work they put into something that is just amazing to look at. It completely transforms how the game looks. So, anyway, enough gushing about that. We're actually flying in just a few 100 blocks north of where my base is, and as it renders in, as the bottom of the isle here renders, you'll start to see it. Okay, here we are at my base. Enough rambling about the new stuff that's been like 5 years old now. Here's some of the old stuff. I think this is where I want to settle for this series. I've got some trees, I've got a few islands here, I can connect them up, I've got small areas, just like little bits where I can settle and make some amazing buildings, maybe even some amazing farms, who knows. But that's all to come later on. Now I have to get set up with a new base, and I think that's going to involve getting at least one of these little bays here set up into a little trading outpost. So without further ado, I'm going to go and get some ideas, and then I'll make a time lapse of you seeing this, because it's going to be fantastic. So, just before we get into this clip I'm about to play, I would just like to say that I had to do this after I initially planned to finish the video. I'd literally done everything, I got the last clip done, it was all ready to go and start editing. But then I realised I'd messed up and that I'd recorded the previous clip with no sound, so that was unfortunate. But, as you'll see right here, I'm pretty proud of what I made, and it's kind of unfortunate that I didn't kind of get to introduce you guys to it as rapidly as otherwise, but you know, whatever, things happen. So, isn't this just wonderful? I've got a crane in here. This is designed to look like it's taking the goods from the ship and potentially transporting them over there where they'll be stored and looked after. Over here I built a hut where the captain of the docks will live, and you know, I really like how this came out. I think there's definitely some things I could tweak. I'm never really a big fan of how the roof sort of changes from dark oak into stone. I think that can definitely be tweaked a bit better. The boat here I'm quite proud of, definitely maybe a wheel of some kind here to make it look like the boat can move and go off into the sea to get more barrels of whatever this is. And you know, maybe I should build some more ports so it looks like there's actually a flurry of activity in this area, because ultimately that's the goal for what I'm going on here, you know. Birthday Candle Island over there will be connected to all these areas. It'll be like a city environment. There'll be bridges and towers and all sorts of things going on. I hope this area will look really good. But yeah, so this is what I was working on. As you saw in that time lapse, I built that area there. I also built this here and all of this. Really happy with how it goes. If you guys have any feedback to give to me on how this looks, any ideas on what you think should go here, what can be improved, what can be changed. I know that I definitely want to change the variants of stone bricks and stone there, maybe include some cobblestone. Not too often, but I think definitely some more varied textures there could do very well, because I experimented with that here and that sort of worked. But unfortunately, it is indeed the time where I have to end this video. I do hope that you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like. And if you've really enjoyed it and want to see more of this stuff, do not forget to subscribe. But thanks for watching, Paperzlel here, and I'll see you in my very next video. I do hope that I'll see you then. So goodbye.